What made this the right opportunity for you?
Oh, I think it's just organizationally, from the top down. Starting obviously with Mr. Lurie, and then Howie and Doug, and just what they've built here. And throughout my career, for the most part, it's kind of been in startup type situations where there's a new head coach, or you're just, they're rebuilding, and that's kind of been my job to go in and kind of help with that type of stuff. And so to have an opportunity to come to a place where they've had success, obviously recent success, and win a championship, and be a part of that, and it was hard to stay away from.
How did they? I'm sorry.
Go ahead.
When did the first start reach out to you? How were they able to lure you out?
Obviously teams kind of called throughout the offseason and whatnot. I kind of left that to my agent, but in order to kind of stay focused on what I was doing and really try to be retired, I didn't really pay much attention to it. And then when this one came about a few days ago, it was more of a I started thinking about it, and obviously I didn't know how I would feel going through camp for the first time, not playing, and so kind of going through the first few weeks and starting to get the itch, and there was only a certain number of teams I think that I would be interested in that met the criteria that I just talked about, and this was certainly one of them, so it made sense.
Were they one of the teams that reached out in the offseason, the Eagles?
I'm sorry?
Were the Eagles one of the teams that reached out?
No, I kind of let my agent handle that. I didn't really get into who was calling, he would just kind of, it was a text of like, hey, you interested in going? And I would say, nah, I'm good right now, and we'd leave it at that. So, because it was kind of that was the boundaries I tried to set in order to not go. But it was good. It was good for me. Got to spend a great amount of time with my family and go through an off season where I wasn't traveling and having to go back and forth from a city. Doing OTAs and stuff like that, so that was beneficial for me, and so I stayed focused on that. But like I said, as it got closer, when the right situation popped up, then I started talking.
In a bunch of different offenses in your career, and have there been some that have been close to this, where the adjustment to learn shouldn't be too hard for you?
Well, yeah. Yes and no. Yes, in the sense that there are things that carry over for sure. A lot of the concepts are the same, but it's one of the reasons why I was interested in coming here is just what they've been able to do. With some of the concepts that we've had in the league throughout the course of my career, and kind of some new twists they put on things, and it's interesting to me, and I wanted to learn it, and they've done a good job of moving the football, and the quarterback's playing well here, and so. So that's as a player, that's exciting to come and be a part of that, and so I'm looking forward to that part of just the challenge of learning that, because we were talking about that today. It is a bit different. It's a little new, and do this for 18 years, and you kind of have seen everything, and so there's some new things and some new wrinkles that I'm looking forward to working with.
Josh, what's your in retirement mode? What kind of shape are you in?
Well, we'll see. We'll find out. No, I feel good. I was running, coaching high school football and on the field and playing hoops and, trying to stay active. So I'm not really somebody who likes to sit still. So hopefully, that won't be, too big of a transition. Obviously, playing professional football is different, and I wasn't necessarily training for that, but at the same time, still pretty active, so it shouldn't be a problem.
What's your relationship like with Alshon Jeffery? I know you obviously played together in Chicago.
Well, that's my guy, man. Just from his rookie year to now, we were just having lunch talking about that. It's crazy, and it's gone by fast. But just respect him as a player first and foremost, and then just who he is as a person, character, and what he's about. So it's a good dude.
When you mentally come to terms with retiring, how tough is it to kind of flip the switch and get in that competition mode?
Yeah, I was coaching high school ball, so being involved in that and around the game every day and talking about football, it makes it easier, because it's not like I was off doing something else and hadn't picked up football or whatever. Was throwing and doing stuff every day with the high school kids, so it wasn't that hard.
Where was that? What high school?
It's Myers Park High School in Charlotte, North Carolina.
How much of the allure of, you mentioned criteria, this fit one of them, that this team can compete for a title, how much of that is a factor in?
Oh, absolutely. I think that like I said, that's part of it, to be with people that have won and won recently and won championships. I mean, that's something that I think we all want to be a part of. And so for me, looking at over the course of my career and only having had a couple of situations like that, and not as I'm learning, it's still early, but probably none as solid as this one. It was intriguing and obviously enticing and good enough to get me to come out.
How familiar are you with the quarterbacks in here? I know you played with Cody for a year.
Mm-hmm.
Is that right?
Yes.
But Carson and Nate.
Yeah, I've met Carson and Nate before and know those guys and obviously respect Carson a ton. I liked him coming out when we were in Cleveland. I thought we might have a chance to pick him then, and I've just always been impressed with him. So looking forward to getting to know him more and working with him.
You mentioned
We'll do a couple more, guys. We got to get.
You mentioned you were coaching high school ball. Were you coaching your son? Or?
Yeah, I was coaching. I have two boys that are 9th and 10th graders, so I was coaching those guys up and helping with the quarterbacks. So it was a lot of fun. We like I said, we logged a lot of hours this off season working together, and it was a lot of fun. And it was cool, when this opportunity came up and we started to talk about it as a family. They were excited and they were like, "Man, you got to go." And I think for all the same reasons, that they've been through all these situations with me and seen it all, and kind of the opportunity to come here and hopefully experience some success was huge for them too.
Were you beginning to prepare? For your job as an NFL analyst?
Hold on, somebody beat you out.
17, basketball player.
How's number 17 as a basketball player? He's not bad. He's got some skills, but I could lock him down if it was one-on-one. Just so we're clear. So, yeah, 17's not bad.
It's a long process for sure. There's no doubt about it. With the help of just the staff from my level down at Fort Leonard Wood all the way up to the chief of staff of the Army. First and foremost, couldn't have been done without President Trump making the initiative to send athletes to professional sports. Again, it's going to be a huge advertising tool for the Army, and that's what I'm here for, just to kind of represent West Point and the Army as a whole.
What was your involvement with the Eagles, last year, Senior Bowl, or maybe before that?
Not
did they
much.
express a lot of interest in you?
Not much. I mean, here and there, every team would kind of pull me to the side, talk to me what my obligation was, and just kind of get to know my background. And never had like a local day with them or anything, but I'm just excited to get a chance to learn under Coach Stoutland.
Why'd you pick that?
Yeah.
Again, just the offensive line here. Everyone knows how deep the entire offensive line is and how good each position is. This is the group of guys you want to learn under.
What's that personal, dilemma like between the military obligation and getting a chance to play football?
I don't see a dilemma at all. I mean, a lot of the characteristics that you need to be successful for both of them carry over. I mean, you need to have just preparation, determination. You got to be able to adapt on the fly. And again, I'm going to be still doing my service time right now. I'm going to be working with Temple University and just the RTC program there. So I look forward to it.
From a timing standpoint, do you feel like you can get into football shape pretty quickly and kind of show what you got in the preseason?
With the strength staff here and the nutritional staff, I'm absolutely ready for it. They've been all over me for the past couple of days I've been here, and I'm excited.
How will the work with Temple go? How are you going to schedule that? How's it going to?
Whatever free time I get, in which I don't have football obligations, I'll be within their RTC program, helping out Lieutenant Colonel Beal any way that he needs me.
What's your weight and what's your target weight? Is it about the same?
Currently around 290, again underweight, just coming out of active duty, and I'm looking to try and get to 315 as soon as possible.
Where have you been the last year?
Location-wise?
Yeah, location and
Fort Leonard Wood, down in Missouri.
Okay. And what have your responsibilities been like there?
So initially I was going through Bullet, which is our basic officer leadership course down there, and I'm a 12 Alpha, so an engineer officer. And after that I was stationed there as one of the new platoon leaders through basic training. It's a new position, and I was just helping out with BCT. And so you have a bunch of trainees coming right now as the summer surge, and I've just been surrounded by a bunch of good professionals down there as well. I still am speaking to them throughout this entire experience, and any way that I can help them, I'm going to help them likewise back.
Were you able to stay connected to football throughout that time?
It was hard. It was hard. I mean, again, when you're thinking about training for the Army, a bunch of that's hard to train as an offensive lineman. And so I had to get within the height and weight regulations within the Army. And again, you don't really want an offensive lineman that's down at 260. So whenever I could, I was getting in the strength room that's on post there. And I just got to get all the movement techniques back.
Have the Eagles given you any idea how they'll acclimate you into their system this week? Are they going to throw you right in, or is it going to be a gradual?
Quickest way to learn to swim is just get in the water.
Deep end right away.
Yep.
You know where they're going to work it? Like tackle, right side, left side?
My bad.
What are you looking forward to most getting back into the game?
Learning it. Again, everything Coach Stoutland has to teach me, Coach Roy, GJ, anything they can throw at me, I'm trying to learn it as quick as possible so I can apply it on the field.
Take a couple more questions.
You're gonna play tackle, guard, both?
Again, whatever they ask me.
Have they told you what they're going to start you out at?
Mostly they're looking at tackle right now, but I'm learning the entire scheme.
At the start of this, you said part of the reason you're here is for the kind of like promotion of the military and of West Point. How's that going to come across? How do you expect to kind of do that while you're here?
I mean, everything that I do, just the way that I prepare on the football field, and again, what I'm doing with Temple University, everything I do represents the Army, what they've instilled in me, and I've got to carry that. It's a brand on me, and again, what I have here in front of you, it's what West Point has made me into. So
I think the president said it in May, and then the memo went out in June. How quickly after that did you start the process to figure out if you could play?
So I got a tryout here, took leave, came, tried out, got a contract, and just sitting up the chain of command, and I'm thankful for him to getting back with me and just expediting the entire process.
When was that tryout?
Yeah, just
2 weeks ago.
We used to play a lot of basketball in the offseason, play a little bit of one-on-one, whatever. But I mean, just the relationship just developing. When I first got drafted in Chicago, he was the first one to give me a call. He lived in Charlotte, and I was right up the street from where I went to school at. And I went and worked out with him, and we developed a relationship ever since then.
How's his game on the court?
Josh can hoop. I take Josh over some guys in this locker room, most of the guys in this locker room.
Josh and Nick Foles on the basketball.
I haven't seen Nick hoop, so I'm going to go with Josh.
Alshon, the Eagles will typically ask players on the team about players they're considering bringing in. They come to you to ask about Josh and how he is as a person.
I leave that up to upstairs. I mean, Howie got a great job. Job to do. Coach Doug have a job to do. So I leave that to the people upstairs.
Are you one of these guys that feels like you probably don't need the preseason to get ready? I know last year you didn't have it because of the injury.
I just think that if you practice every day, you practice hard in practice, it'll carry over into the game. So preseason's preseason, but I feel like once the regular season starts, I'm ready to go.
Players who've played with Josh before have commented on how good he is in the locker room. What's he do kind of behind the scenes that people can't see on TV?
I mean, Josh is awesome. I mean, I don't know one person that I know that can say nothing bad about him. I say he's a great father. He's a great human being, like I said earlier. Just a guy that you love being around, just come in the room and everyone just gravitates towards him.
I'm surprised he's still going strong at 40 years old.
We were just talking about that 18 years, that's a long time. But I mean, like I said, he still can hoop, he's still athletic, so I know anything's possible.
How are you feeling about yourself this year versus last? Obviously, you didn't get to play much at this point. How far advanced are you versus last year?
I feel like in 2017, minus the show change, I feel pretty good.
Surprised you didn't go Josh? Was that kind of how'd you hear it?
I know he was in need for a quarterback. I wasn't sure when we was going to try to reach out to someone and grab one. So, but I'm not surprised. I mean, Josh was available, so we went out there and just make it happen.
What are his strengths as a quarterback?
Huh?
What are his strengths as a quarterback?
What is his strengths as a quarterback? I mean, he's a gamer. He just make plays and just make things happen. And just talk to you, communicates with the guys, and just talks to you. What you see is just communication.
Yeah, see if the calf holds up, see if he's tired, see how he responds.
Is this what you expected?
Yeah.
When we spoke to you last week, you said you were hopeful that you'd be cleared for team drills. So what do they need to see, I guess, for?
This was always a progression. Nothing, any differently now. So yeah.
What's the biggest difference between one-on-ones and team drills in terms of the injury and what what they're learning?
With the team drills, man, you got a lot more around you guys falling to the ground, things like that. As far as I think the best way you can get live contact and most control probably is one-on-ones. That's why we started there.
Outside of the medical evaluation, how do you feel when you're out there?
I feel good. Body, I mean, other than doing individual, I'm not really, doing much, so I feel great, man.
But you're running and you're moving well out there. So
yeah. Everything, like I said, is going, according to schedule.
Okay.
And, this week will tell a lot, going forward as far as if I can keep, progressing and doing more and more.
Is week 1 still on the table?
It was always on the table since I got hurt.
Do you know what you're supposed to kind of look for this week in terms of how the body reacts to the one-on-ones?
I mean, just like any other injury, like as long as I'm out there pain-free, I should be good to go. Yeah.
Being a veteran, obviously you know what it takes to get ready for the regular season. Like, is there still time for you to get cleared and also be able to play in week 1? Like, you probably need like a week or so, do you think?
Yeah. So we got 2.5 weeks.
Yeah.
So I'd say there's more than enough time.
Yeah. Okay.